You're in Rio. We're in Rio.
We're in
What's
Rio,
up?
dude. What's up? I know, like that's not a backdrop. Those
This
are not
is real.
CGI'd people. We're on the beach doing press, and they're calling it work.
So, to be able, when you heard that you were going to come here for the world premiere, I mean, it was yesterday, and you saw the film for the first time, I'm assuming?
Yes, I did see the film.
And so, what was that experience like for you? And to come to the city, which, I mean, it was the first time for me, so I'm just being a total tourist.
I'm a tourist too. It's my first time. I was really excited because one of my oldest friends is Brazilian, and she's from Rio, and so she's been telling me about Rio for years and trying to get me down here for years. And so I was so excited. So I've had this longing to come here for a while, and it's so exciting to see her, and especially to see where she's from. So I'm having a really nice trip.
You got to do a lot of interesting stuff while you were here too. That you went to various places, but you also did you give food or donate to kids? Was that no? All right, we'll talk about something else then.
No. That's in the future part of my trip.
Oh, really?
But Jesse did go to a favela on his first day, and I believe he sat with some children and met them.
So you are going to extend your stay while you're kind of.
I can't extend my stay, but I pushed my flight as late on my last day as I possibly could. So I'm cramming up. I have a very busy day.
Perfect. But wait, so now when you got the call that you're going to do this film, did that kind of I don't know, when you know you're going to be in a room and you're just going to hear the voice and you didn't have to like do too much, it's just the voice that's going to do the thing. How does one prepare for, you know, a week's worth of work where you just kind of are in front of a mic and able to...
I had no idea what I was doing the entire time that I did this film, to be completely honest. It was such a, you know, and how could I? I've never originated a voice in a thing before, so I'm not the person to ask how you go about doing this. I just literally just kind of put myself in the hands of my director, and when he said he was happy, I trusted him. And but no, the first few sessions were a little rough. But it's funny, you have to get used to being so aware of your voice, because it's not something, as an actor you find the balance between your physicality, your voice, your face, your eyes, everything, what you use to communicate the story. And then when all that's removed, you become hyper aware of your voice, and then it's really hard because you get critical about it, but then you have to, obviously that just makes it kind of sound strained, and so then you have to relax. So I guess the thing that I learned was that you have to relax with it, which is kind of what acting's all about anyway. But that was a really long answer to your question.
No, it's fascinating, you know.
Yeah, it's clearly let me tell you about my process. Let me fascinate
Theater
you.
101 with Anne Hathaway. Yeah.
With me.
To be able to, you know, because as you're talking, did you notice that like the visuals, the bird itself started to look more and more like you when they were I don't know.
I don't think the bird looks like me.
I think it does.
We don't even have the same color eyes.
No,
they use nothing of me in the
At
bird.
some point I'm like...
We both have tiny heads. We both have freakishly small heads.
No, I think the eyes, not the beak, but I'm just saying like definitely the eyes were like, I was like, that's Anne.
Thank you. Okay, I was like, that's so cool. I'm playing somebody with blue eyes. I've always wanted to have blue eyes.
The story of Blue is, you know, here, he's kind of overcoming, you know, but yet, tell me what your version of what Rio is, in the sense that, like, as you're reading this, what do you think this is the kind of story that they're trying to tell?
Well, you know, one of the things, the difference between the script that I read 3 years ago and the movie, the biggest difference is how much love and romance came into it. I didn't realize how romantic the film was going to be, but I guess you come to Rio, you kind of can't help it. And so when you put the visuals on top of it. But I think it's the story about how everybody has baggage. Jewel has baggage, and you know, certain ideas of things that, you know, are definitely a little harsh. And Blue, Jesse Eisenberg's character, has baggage as well that he's not even aware of. And you've got to live your life, and you've got to go on adventures, and you've got to be scared, and you've got to take risks, and in doing so, you'll grow. And so you literally watch a bird learn how to fly. And I think that's what the movie's about.
I talked to you last year, and you said that you were kind of making decisions based on kind of fear, and you were like, I'm scared, so therefore I'm going to try certain things for the Academy Awards. But are you still going with that mantra? I mean, Batman's coming up, and you know, is every choice kind of now like, okay, this freaks me out, therefore I must overcome?
I'm kind of in a new place. I mean, the fear is definitely still a good indicator. Like, do I believe I can do this? No. Okay, I'm interested. But now it's more about what do I think I'm going to find the most challenging, and what do I think I'm going to enjoy, and how can I enjoy the challenge the most? Like with the Oscars, I made a decision kind of a couple weeks before it that I wasn't going to feel anxiety, that I wasn't going to feel fear, that I wasn't, because it was such an unusual thing to get to do as a human being.
Right.
I mean, even as an actor, it's an unusual thing to get to do. I was like, I'm not going to freak out or feel anxious or worry about anything. I'm just going to enjoy every single second, and that's what I did. And now I have just really happy memories of the whole thing. And I didn't miss a minute, so that was really nice.
And in Batman, are you kind of prepping this physical change that you're
I have taken Omerta on Batman, so I'm so sorry. I can't even talk about that.
Darn you, Chris Nolan. But we look forward to it.
Yeah.
Darn, but thank you, Chris Nolan. Very nice talking to you
Lovely to talk
in
to you.
Rio.
Yeah.